Sorry, I got my supers confused. Never want to get your supers confused. Yes, I give permission for this gacha game to eat at my soul for a little bit longer. Mecha and man. Giants walk the world as the reflection of human nature. It's a world where mecha has impacted the advent of human society since it was first created. Elite pilots dubbed the Alpha Knight and their mecha save mankind in the singularity crisis. Thereafter, the combination has enjoyed the adoption of the people, generally speaking. Pilots tend to stick to their specific mechas, which are also a powerful representation of their identities. And something. Funny how it cuts off there. There's never really an overarching story that really went anywhere as far as I could tell. I mean, all the characters had, like, backstories and histories and that sort of stuff, but it doesn't really go very far. I'll do Neutron Star. $100 what? I guess I had some of those. Oh my god! Fucking adorable. Be totally normal about this. Wow. Let's see if we can, match for Merfolk battle. I don't think I've ever done that before. I sure do love new experiences. Wow, that guitar sure is shredding. Let's see if it takes a minute for a regular Royale. I meant to do this earlier today, but we had to do some. We had to go out. We had to get a blow dryer to insulate our windows, so they leak less cold. We live in a kind of an old house. Our landlord is shit. But it was also, you know, snowy outside. We were skating, but we couldn't skate everywhere. And it was just really tiring. We did get breakfast while we were out, though. There's a local bakery in our area that we frequent.
Just let me call everybody's mostest favorite mech match, okay?
Ah, shit, here we go again. We really should play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas one of these days. We got most of the way through it when we were growing up, but I think we still had like a third left. Honestly, we were gonna stream this last night, but we were too caught up in drawing. We should draw some fan art for this before it goes off. Probably with Cyrus and Mila. But like as if they were in a scene in Evangelion or something. They did a remake? I thought they did like a remaster. Let's go to Yacht Marina. Haven't been there in these final days. Everyone hasn't dropped yet. Interesting. Did you hear that Luigi is getting his own pair of shoes? Gosh. Who knew that oligarch side would be so good for one's social image?
You actually got me first?
I forgot Cyrus is a fucking little piece of shit.
You've got some guts, daring to test my aim like this.
Because of course. I mean, everyone is a blatant anime archetype. Super Mecha Champions is camp. It is not nuanced. I guess I better make my way downtown. Actually, I don't know. He made a lot of money from his fucking Kickstarter. They're like unofficial Nikes or something? They look fucking sick. I saw Cargo Woozle post about it on Blue Sky.
That's gunfire. You know what we gotta do now.
Sometimes I wish I was more into
Look at you
shoes, but then I
running
was,
scared.
but then I would be
No
like,
wonder you lost.
what, have even more expensive hobbies, and I already have enough of those. Like, I haven't picked up any figurines in a while, but I definitely want to do that again.
Shot at, huh?
But I probably won't be doing much hobby buying for a while.
Do I get combo points for this?
Although we were in a board game shop the other day. But it just felt like we didn't know enough, and we didn't want to pick up a game just cause
I'm just
we
going
could.
easy on you, that's all. Wow, you actually got me first?
Damn, shot the ass with a message. Okay, yeah, I'm on the board.
The smell of gunpowder. Familiar. Urgent backup needed! You actually got me first?
I actually forgot what Cyrus's mech is. Like what his canon mech is. I have totally forgotten. Or maybe I never know. I want to vote with my dollar, and I want my dollar to vote for the guillotine. Actually, I think this is his.
Blow him away with the strongest firepower! No survivors! Do I get combo points for this?
Oh boy.
That's gunfire. You know what we gotta do now. Do I get combo points for this? Don't ignore me! Damn it! You better watch out for my counter-strike!
He would play Counter-Strike.
You think I'm scared of getting hurt? Gunfire, watch yourself! Awesome! Now my barrels are...
So much skirmishing.
Awesome! Now my barrels are... heating up! Wow! Another point for Siren!
Luigi shoes may have been a joke. I can't seem to find any evidence that they are real. Aww. Maybe it's just a Photoshop.
Do I get combo points for this? You've got some guts daring to test my aim like this.
He has kind of a Bart Simpson quality to him, I think. Yep. Cyrus's mech sure is trail vendors.
Do I get combo points for this? Enemy mech spotted. Hey, how's it feel to get shot at, huh? Do I get combo points for this? Do I get combo points for this? Blam! Time for you to go up in fireworks!
Do I get combo points for this?
Withstand my fire and cold hard steel. In your
Damn, that's a great way to get your mech eaten.
think you could withstand my fire and cold hard steel? In your dreams. Awesome! Now my barrels are... Ugh.
There's still half of the field remaining in this match. Everybody's fighting hard for the title.
Oh yeah, I forgot. When you do your dash, you can shoot with everything. Drop your whole payload.
Hey,
Shit your whole pants of
how's
lead
it
into
feel to
your
get
opponent.
shot at, huh? Wow! Another point for Siren! Transform! Shoot him in Swiss cheese! Go cry to your mommy! I hear gunfire! Search for the target!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cyrus is supposed to be one of those shitheels you find in a COD lobby.
Cold hard steel in your dreams. Think you could withstand my fire and cold hard steel in your dreams?
God. In your dreams. Almost started shooting at my own shadow. "12 kills. Not too shabby."
Attention! The field has thinned considerably, and we're about to reach the climax.
Oh, this is restricted gravity. This isn't a very vertical mech to begin with, so... No! I wanted heavy gravity! I was gonna use that to my advantage! Especially with a higher elevation. Ugh! Having my rockets and machine guns and everything will be so sick.
Only a few pilots are left. And I wonder who will win the whole enchilada.
Who's gonna win the whole enchilada?
I hear gunfire. Search for the target. Hey, how's it feel to get shot at, huh? I need backup now.
Alright, fully healed. Ready for the final battle. Not that I expect it to be much. Ace time soon. Oh. Ace time.
Don't ignore me. Awesome. Now my barrels are heating up. Bring it on! Nothing can stop the trio of Ender's hail of bullets! Wow! Another point for Siren!
This is it! The moment of truth! My heart is pounding non-stop! We have our 2 finalists for the final clash! Hold the commercial break!
Hey, how's it feel to get shot at, huh?
You know Cyrus is a person that has no concept of war.
You cool off, trio. I'll be back in a bit.
How does it feel to get shot at? Kills you, kills you, kills you. Well, yeah, Cyrus, I can't imagine it feels good to get shot at. I can play a few games if you want. Do you want it? You don't have to play just because I'm playing. But if you want to play, I'd be happy to. Damn! It was a massacre today. Might be easier to get in other game modes, though. Your team doesn't have any, doesn't have basically any activity. Do you want to leave the team that you started? No. Maybe a little bit. Well, we can jump in. Fatal tenderness. Yeah, can I roll these? Okay, no, I can't roll these. I mean, I had to try it. They gave me a bunch of free chroma tickets. The false gotcha void. I really am a mouse in a maze. Alright. I did not learn my lesson, I'm sure. I am not owned. I am not owned. Oh my god, Mini Arthur. Mini Zango.
Just let me call everybody's mostest favorite mech match, okay?
I was like, I'm sure we can monetize this game some more somehow. Helmets help protect damages from players in Mecha. Let's refresh. 1 second. No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now. Bobonatrix. You go, Bobonatrix. I continue to insist as I slowly shrink and transform into a corn cob. You're on the right track. We're sharing the same brain cell. Where we going? Where we going? Where we going? City Hall. Or not. This house. The boonies. I'm willing to do the boonies. I'm intrigued by this game. By my pursuit into the wild. Or something else entirely. I certainly have that all ADHD thing of saying a thing and then immediately forgetting what I said. It sucks that you can't get in as a new player anymore. Or else I invite you to join me. We do have a friend who's interested in playing a different mech alt MMO light kind of game that has mecha in it. It was a Singularity of Ida, or Ada, I think it's called. It's an extraction shooter, but and the mecha designs aren't as diverse. But it's okay for it to be like more limited, in my opinion. Ah!
What? You actually got me first? Damn it! You better watch out for my counter-strike!
Whoa. Someone is going hard. Could be worse. I'm not dead. Oh yeah, you have good you have a good, or is it good? You have a compatible tasting game, so I'm sure we could find something else. Have you ever tried Phantasy Star Online? Blue Burst? We've been kinda into that recently. As well as God Eater. Or maybe, have you played Gunfire Reborn? That is really one of my favorite kinds of multiplayer games. I don't know if there's a couch co-op option for it, but you can definitely play it online with, like, I think at least 4 people, maybe up to 6. And all the characters are furry.
Wow! Another point for Cyrus! Wow! Another point for Cyrus!
Let's see how Death Kneel goes.
That's gunfire. You know what we gotta do now.
I'm curious on how Death Kneel will work in singles.
I'll show everyone what I've got with my awesome mech handling skills.
My awesome mech handling skills! Cyrus is just begging for a wedgie, I swear.
Do I get combo points for this? Gunfire, watch yourself! You actually got me? Or mech wipe down. I'm just going easy on. That's all.
think that's the power up. I thought I was on fire for a second. I'm very Ava coded right now. I'd love to do a Titanfall 2 collab stream. We own Titanfall 2. Still have never played it. Is the story mode multiplayer as well? Like a co-op? Maybe we could do like some Halo. How do you feel about Halo, Master Chief Collection? Toby is also very fond of Gunfire. Oh yeah, I think out of all the streamers we know, Toby certainly plays the most. It's a staple.
What is combo points for this? You've got some guts daring to test my aim like this.
Honestly, after the game goes down, we'll probably be doing more art of Super Mecha Champions. Very indulgent art, I'm sure. I don't know, there's a certain je ne sais quoi to making fan art of a dead game, where it's like, oh, what game is this? Oh, this super dead game. Although, it has been inspiring us in other ways too. We've been kind of making art with some inspiration for it, even though we haven't been showing anyone it so far. We've been working on a lot of stuff that we're not ready to show yet. We want to make a visual novel this year. I don't think it's out of the question to have fan servers. There's this gacha game called Dragalia Lost. It has really great fan servers. I love a fan server of what was it? Near Reincarnation, I believe. The one with the little ghost that follows you around called Mama. It has some really great stories and like art. I mean, obviously it's a Nier game. Like it was a gacha game, but it was definitely like it had great attention to detail. I don't know. Nier always feels somewhat like old school Final Fantasy-y.
Everybody's fighting hard for the title.
It has a very unique like art sensibility and like fashion aesthetic. So unfortunately, it lent itself really well to like having gacha stuff. Like they had different forms of characters at different like in different timelines that they did or didn't experience certain traumas. And they had like outfits to go with it, and it was like very symbolic. It was just like loaded and loaded with like subtext. But it was a gacha game. But it's dead now. Could our character be in your VN? The one that we're working on right now? No, but the one about the pigeon girl. The skateboarding pigeon girl, maybe. We could use some cameos for that one.
Attention! The field has thinned considerably, and we're about to reach the climax.
gosh, to be one of those furries, it's like, have a bunch of, like, background, furs in, like, their comic or video game or whatever. That'd be cute. Every time I see Forlung in the background of something, like For London, the graphic novel, I'm just like, oh my god! Whoa! So cool. I like how a lot of furry culture is like collaboration. I am in the car. I am hovering. My favorite Halo is Halo 2. I've actually never played ODST or Reach. We could start with Reach is the prequel. So I think starting with Reach would probably be good.
Only a few pilots are left. And I wonder who will win the whole
I do really like 1 as well. Like, oh, so good.
Don't ignore me!
Go cry to your mommy.
Like shooting a bear in a ocean.
Awesome! Now my barrels are heating up.
Is that an innuendo? Oh, big sis, my barrels are heating up. Military dog coded. I love them all, but ODST and Reach are my faves. Never played Halo 4.
Hey, how's it feel to get shot at? Huh? Urgent backup needed! You're up against the strongest work prodigy, Siren! Huh, you think I'm scared of getting hurt? Go cry to your mommy.
Okay, that is a field. I couldn't tell if I was in the field already or not. Okay, I don't love 2, 4, or 5. Damn. We've always loved 2, but I am curious to see if it'll hold up because we haven't played it in a very long time.
Awesome! Now my barrels are heating up!
We know 1 does though.
You think I'm scared of getting hurt?
This is it! The moment of truth! My heart is pounding non-stop!
I respect 2, but it's too unbalanced and buggy to really enjoy.
Look at you running scared. No wonder you lost.
I mean, I guess. I mean, compare it with games of the time, I think that its general level of bugginess is fine or acceptable. Like, I don't know. If you can, I think if you can stand Skyrim, you can stand Halo 2. shit, even Starfield I hear is like incredibly buggy. And I guess like it's the type of bugginess, it's the type of jank, and how it intersects. I'd say another game, another older game that is really good, but it can be pretty buggy, was Ultimate Spider-Man. And for a game experience like that, I think the bugginess is like kind of fine, especially for a blockbuster title. And I guess I consider Halo 2 that sort of as well. Like, it was something that we owned, but like, the campaign you could beat in a weekend, and you know, you might extend your rental for like a week or two because you want to play with some couch co-op. And, I mean, Halo couch co-op, as opposed to like online, couch deathmatch, I should say, not couch co-op. Although we did do couch co-op, was kind of like the bread and butter of our Halo experience. Generally, we played a lot of Halo, but we mostly played it with other people, and maybe that has also changed our relationship with Halo, as opposed to other fans who may have other experiences. And I guess compare it to the average person who mains like FPS games, and we don't main FPS games, don't get me wrong, we don't. I do think about the consideration of what's normal for an FPS game and how often we will run into that thing, and if it's something that's like super tired in the genre, it might not be something that will irritate us because we don't interact with the genre nearly enough for the oversaturated parts to be upsetting. And then again, thinking about like especially Halo 2, I'm thinking of it at the time of release. I'm not thinking about how the experience of playing it fits in 2025. Ugh. I hate acknowledging that it's 2025. So fucked up. Of course, in terms of like multiplayer games I want to play with people that we have, we also have Gigantic. I think that will be interesting to play with people. Even though we can't play it like in a super optimized way, so we are a little behind getting into the lobbies of it. We love to play Marvel Rivals with people some. Will also be some cool games to play. Shit, we love to get back on our fucking Guilty Gear bullshit. Like, that or some Melty Blood. I could definitely get into some Melty Blood. Would not mind some Skullgirls. Haven't played since they added Maria. I mean, shit, there's some Dojo Fighters we will also jump on in a heartbeat. I'm trying to remember which one of them was. There was one that has like the character from Clannad in it, and like a bunch of other characters, and at least like one fake character, I think. What was it called? Eternal something. Well, thanks for popping in, Fizzle. Enjoy your support. Thank you. Hope you have fun with your friends.
Okay.
Cold Clash. Yo! I'm actually fighting in the snowy version of the map while there's snow on the ground outside. Whoa, verisimilitude. After COVID, time lost all meaning to me. Really? I mean, I understand like the passage of time and how time feels now being different, but like all sense of time, like I don't know, for us, like literally all of human history before 2019 feels starkly different. Like, aggressively so. So, like, maybe, like, my sense of, like, existing in the present is fucked, but I would certainly say that, like, comparing time immemorial or, like, a certain time period, or even a time of my life, to, like, the era that we fall into now in the last, like, you know, 5 years, feels like feels like the difference between the 80s and the 90s, like, but the dial turned up to like 10 times 10. I do think that there is how do I put this? I've heard that before. I've heard people saying that. And I think that it is part of, like quarantining, being inside a lot in general. I mean, of course, people who didn't go outside a lot before the pandemic also experienced this, but now it's like, you know, what do you call it? Like a generational trauma. And it's like, it's something that, like, a wide amount of people have experienced. And shit, in terms of, like, people I know, we do know several people who have said to that effect that time feels different now, or, like, dilated. Like that, you know, the last couple of years went by really, really fast compared to the rest of their life. And there's a whole heap of other stuff that complicates that as well. Like the fact that like people who've gotten COVID, especially multiple times, are going to be dysregulated and certainly on a higher average experiencing, like, say, dissociation. And, you know, other neurological symptoms, which are going to make time feel harder to like, process and keep track of. And that's on top of just, you know, the psychological effect of being in a room. And we're still in that mode. We hate going outside.
Well, it's not your fault.
We have a
Nobody
big fear
can
about
match
it.
my firepower.
Do. I mean, certain things are gonna be what they are in terms of, like, society, especially as a trans person, but also just masking and stuff. Like, we don't socialize a lot because it's hard to find places where people are masking consistently. Like, we're usually one of, like, 2 or 3 people who are masking in any given space. And a lot of times, the second person is gonna be our partner.
Gunfire! You know what we've got to do now.
But shit, even for people who don't think COVID is an issue anymore, I know that they're struggling to socialize too. The average person is seeing less people. The average person has less friends, is going out less. People are notably even younger people, like early 20s people, having less sets, seeing less people. Like,
Wow! Another point
it's
for Cyrus!
when people talk about like, oh, like the men's loneliness epidemic, it's like, it's an everyone loneliness epidemic, you fucker. Damn! Wow! I just stormtroopered the fuck out of that. Do you still mask every single day? Even when we skateboard?
Activated. Prepare the firepower!
You know, I mean, it affects our online relationships to a degree as well, because it's like, we don't know how many people actually mask, even though, you know, like, in terms of, like, people who mask, if you find someone who masks regularly, then chances are they're probably going to be left-leaning, or to some degree liberal, right? Progressively liberal, I should say. But like, I know a lot of people also have other things that make it hard for them to mask. I mean, obviously there's social pressure. There's stores that literally have signs that ask you to take off your mask when you come in. For example. And of course there's the cost involved. And I think the average layperson is gonna probably go, oh, the CDC says we don't need to mask, so they're gonna not mask, unfortunately. It's hard to pick and choose which things we want to be, like, I guess, a shit about. Because you gotta have standards. But, like, I think it's also important to meet people where they're at. But I also want to be safe because I'm already disabled. And so, like, you increase your chance of becoming disabled or becoming more disabled if you get COVID, and it increases every time you get COVID. And because that's, like, our functioning already sucks ass. And it's one of those things where it's like, there's not even like a social sense of, you know, it being like this horrible thing. It's just like you move on with you're expected to move on with your life.
To get shot at,
And I don't want to make anyone feel bad for not masking. I have the privilege to have a partner who's well informed and buys masks, like a giant box of masks. They keep our whole house masked for like a year at a time.
do I get combo points for this? Charge! Full steam ahead! You actually got me first?
As far as electoral politics go, there are plenty of subtle anti-mask sentiments on the left now.
Don't ignore me!
So, to some degree, we expect to, as a masker, to be treated kind of like an annoying vegetarian.
Better watch out for my counter strike. Stop that daring to test my aim like this.
I mean, if you still think you need to mask, then you'll be masking the rest of your life. Yeah, that is probably the way of things. Although, especially in terms of like when you're sick, or it's during a time where sickness would be higher, especially in close quarters, I think it would make sense to wear a mask. It's actually a Western thing that's not normalized. Like, in a lot of Asian countries, people mask just in general. Like, colds and stuff, like, are not as prevalent because people have that sense of care for their community that's like, oh, yeah, I'm feeling under the weather, I should mask.
My aim like this.
And the thing is, it's not as though this is like a niche thing. There's still like a lot of people dying of COVID, but the numbers aren't being recorded, and so people are trying to find alternate means to track it. Like they've been looking at like sewage samples, not literally going into sewage, but like sanitation records can show like upticks in like COVID and wastewater and populations, and it's definitely still a thing. And there are a lot of stuff that people are experiencing that's like very widespread. Like, you know, a lot of people are feeling brain fog that didn't have that. A lot of people are having like cardiac conditions and neurological conditions, and the only thing that's been different is, you know, COVID happened. And, you know, COVID is more likely to debilitate you or reduce your functioning than it is to kill you. And so that is the trouble. And I mean, like I said, I just can't afford to be more disabled. Life's hard enough. And it is scary thinking about masking for the rest of my life in like a more serious way than the way I was talking about with like how in a lot of like Asian countries masking is normalized, especially when like there's like a sickness going around. Like if there was more discipline, not even discipline, like I was saying, care before, then like COVID wouldn't have been allowed to like spread and saturate the way it has. And because of how like governments are running things,
Attention!
I
The
can't
field has
reasonably
changed considerably,
expect
and we're about to
there
reach
to
the
be an
climax.
organized like statewide effort that would reduce like people getting infected by COVID. And so I'm kind of saying here, like, yeah, it sucks to have to protect myself and wear a mask all the time in this way. God damn, they're melting me. What the hell?
I'm just going easy. That's all.
Only a few pilots are left, and I wonder who will win the whole enchilada.
Another one who got too big for their boots.
Oh boy.
Don't ignore me!
I'm not in the field. Why am I dying? I guess I must be in the field. Yeah, I was just used to the orange.
Blow 'em away.
But I mean, shit, I'm gonna be on hormones for my entire life.
Firepower! No survivors! Don't ignore me! Gunfire! Watch yourself! I'm just going easy on you, that's all.
Immune. Oh, dead.
You running scared. No wonder you lost.
Creeper, creeper. We will be getting COVID shots for the rest of our
Now, my
lives.
hero.
But COVID has the effect that COVID has on a body is not comparable to the flu.
You
The
know what we gotta
flu,
do now.
the flu doesn't often disable people the way that COVID does. And COVID didn't have to be endemic. COVID is endemic because of how it was handled, not because it naturally had to be that way.
I'm just going easy on you, that's all.
I wonder if I sound unreasonable to chat right now. I probably do.
We have our 2 finalists for the final crash! Hold the commercial breaks!
Damn it! You better watch out for my counter-strike!
I mean, as far as stuff that's gonna be like being a vegetarian goes, I think eventually being anti-AI is gonna be like that
You are
too.
so
Or like being anti-car,
winning
maybe.
the title without breaking a sweat!
It's gonna be seen as this niche thing that you're like going too far doing. I mean, masking is definitely already seen like that. We definitely get treated weirdly in public sometimes because of it too. And COVID disables people regularly, even if you have the vaccine? Well, if you catch it, yeah. So, I don't know if you know about the Swiss cheese model, right? Like, the vaccine is not a silver bullet. The vaccine is everything that can help prevent you from having COVID is like a square of Swiss cheese. And what you want to do, ideally, is have a bunch of different cheeses, because they all have different holes of different densities and different sizes. And if one doesn't catch like an infection, then something else will. Masking is one. Vaxxing is another. So what I mean to say is, and maybe I may have seemed that I was saying masking is a silver bullet. Masking isn't a silver bullet either. You can definitely catch COVID while masking. Don't get me wrong. But the more obstacles you put in the way, the better. So I always consider masking, especially when you're indoors, to be important. Especially when, and oh gosh, I hate to get on my soapbox about this. Especially when rich people are still doing COVID, like extensive COVID screenings for when they do social engagements, and are, in particular for indoor stuff, especially if they're going to be out in public, the facilities they're using are using air filtration systems that make it much, much harder for people to catch COVID. And so, like, the average person is way more likely to catch COVID than, obviously a rich person. And to look at what rich people are doing to protect themselves gives us some idea that COVID should still be taken seriously, because the people who can afford the highest protection are still paying attention but trying to make it seem like they're not. maybe they don't mask, but they have other stuff, like the air filtration stuff I mentioned. Like, if I went to, okay, so one example. There's a bookstore that was in our neighborhood that we wanted to go to a book signing for. And we did go to the book signing, but we were masking inside the whole time. And we didn't want to mask inside the whole time, but everyone was packed in there like sardines. And we had talked to the owner, like, days before, and he was talking about the event. And he was like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna have a cross breeze going to, you know, keep the air circulated, because I was talking to him about my concerns about COVID, but he had all the doors closed because it was cold, and it makes sense. But he didn't have like an air filtration system in there. A lot of the buses, pretty much all the buses that we use in our public transportation system have like a air filtration system that circulates the air like that. I forgot what it's called. I think it's like a PPE. And those are really good. Hospitals use those a lot too. Of course, that's another cost, and especially having one in your home can like be an extra added expense. So I don't assume that most people are gonna have that, but like, I don't know. I have to accept COVID as normal in so much as I accept it as the thing that is gonna always be around. But like the effect that they can have on someone's life is just so big that it definitely takes up more space than like a cold or a flu or the chicken pox does, you know? And I definitely don't want to like make people any more terrified than they already are. But I think that having some amount of caution about COVID still, even if you're optimistic, is a good idea. But that's just me. Your chats are getting through. It's just that I wasn't looking at chat. I mask more than I want to admit. I mainly mask my anxiety and insecurity though. Oh wait, are you talking about masking like masking like mental stuff? I would talk to a doctor about your fears about long COVID. I feel like the vaccine protects you from a lot of that. Well, also, like, COVID is still, like, evolving, right? Like, because it's been allowed to spread so much, it has evolved, like, pretty consistently. And, like, keeping up with your vaccines is, like, super important.
Today is another beautiful day, and I too am full of sunshine.
But I mean, I can't even take the doctor advice because I don't have health insurance right now. And we have to do our taxes before we apply for health insurance again, but that's like a whole nother story. Gosh, let me see what else is through chat. Oh, I mean, autism asking. Not only mask if I'm sick in a medical environment and need my passy. Wearing your mask to hide your pacifier is actually based in bad pill. Mask causes my skin to break out after a while, so I just gotta be strategic. Oh, that's understandable. I mean, I generally don't like wearing a mask. I mean, the only thing it helps really in terms of comfort is like warmth and maybe hiding facial hair. But like we have to learn to be able to wear a mask for like long stretches of time, or while doing like exerting ourselves or whatever. And like like, we'll have a mask on us and mask as we go inside. If we're not within 6 feet of someone and we're outside, then, like, we might not have our mask fully up. But we definitely have it all the way up and secured if someone is, like, close to us or, like, about to walk by. Or we're about to go inside a building, especially if we're about to go inside a building. But you aren't just masking when you're sick, you're committing to masking for the rest of your life. I worry this is bad for your mental health. Gosh. Living in a capitalist hellscape is bad for my mental health too. And, you know, this is the exact sort of stuff that I was thinking about in terms of, like, how society is gonna treat someone with my opinions now. Because, I mean, like, to a lot of people, I probably just sound like a fucking conspiracy theorist. And that kind of sucks. I don't like that. I mean, but also the stuff I'm saying is, like, is based in, like, research and stuff, and maybe I should do an essay or something. We have, like, done research and looked at other stuff. And a lot of places and a lot of governments are not trying to protect people from COVID because even during the height of COVID, if you remember, it was like, we have to keep capitalism moving, you know, something like that. So it's not as though there is a huge incentive for there to be big COVID protection still, you know? You're talking like it's 2022. The vaccine protects you from most of that, but I'll stop talking about it. You said probably like 10 minutes ago. No flu fucks you up just as bad. I have permanent asthma symptoms from a flu case in high school. I've had COVID like 3 times. It's a mean virus. It's like flu on steroids. I don't think y'all have had a real flu. That shit is downright lethal if you totally kill a small child, disabled, or elderly person. I have definitely had a flu. I don't know. I've lived in a big city. I've gotten sick before. I do have a good immune system. And I'm not saying the flu has never killed anyone. That's certainly not what I'm saying. But I definitely do not think the flu and COVID are on the same level. And yes, a flu can cause, like, respiratory issues for the rest of your life. But COVID can give you brain damage. The more infections you have, the higher that chance is. But I don't want to stress everyone else by talking about it. Especially because everyone who is talking about it in chat right now is kind of thinks that I am overreacting to the state of things, and so, like,
You've got some guts.
if we
Daring
can't
to test
agree
my
that
aim
it's
like
worth
this.
protecting yourself from, then I guess we just fundamentally disagree.
Do I get combo points for this? You running scared.
But hey, I guess it just
No
means that
wonder
I'm
you
doing
lost.
really well in the Hikikomori lifestyle. Unvaccinated flu? I keep up on my shots for a reason. Okay, so I feel like you're switching the goalposts now, because if you go real flu and you don't establish what that means beforehand, then it's a little inconsistent. I definitely would say getting COVID while unvaccinated and getting the flu unvaccinated are both pretty life-threatening. Yeah. But I wouldn't say that catching the flu while unvaccinated from the flu would be a fake flu. And to be clear, I am vaccinated. But like, I don't know. I feel weird about having my lived experience about being sick questioned, especially as a disabled person, so we'll stop that now.
I'll show everyone what I've got with my awesome mech handling skills.
I have not actually played Neutron Star in a while, so this is gonna be interesting. Nice, I have some melee I can actually consistently keep up.
Do I get combo points for this? You've got some guts daring to test my aim like this. Hey, how's it feel to get shot at? Huh? A mess! Prepare to focus fire! Whoa! Another point for Siren! The smell of gunpowder. Unfamiliar. No time left. Let's finish this fast.
Oh wow. Someone else killed him.
Whoa! Another point for Siren. I hear gunfire. Search for the target.
Oh. Little skirmish going around.
Whoa! Another point for Siren. Don't ignore me.
So half of the field remaining in this match. Everybody's fighting hard for the title.
I'm trying to avoid the orange Kool-Aid.
Hey, how you feel to get shot at, huh? Don't ignore me! Another one who got too big for their food. Don't ignore me!
I think it's actually the same time of day outside my window. Sun's going down.
Charge! Full steam ahead! Don't ignore me! Smell of gunpowder. Familiar. Whoa! Another point for Siren!
Only a few pilots are left, and I wonder who will win the whole enchilada!
Ready weapons, and charge! What's up, Slowpoke?
An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. Well, is the teleportation square? Oh, wow. Awkward. Teleported me to the orange dimension.
Do I get combo points for this?
I do not think this is gonna end with a fight. They're probably just gonna melt on the fucking, on the border.
Do I get combo points for this? Whoa! Another point for Mech wiped out. Awesome! Now my barrels are heating up. ready weapons, and charge!
Really? Nothing?
Wow, you are so
My dad says the core of my problems in life is that I don't have any ambition to do anything, and it's like, gee, I wonder how that happened. Is reality a cruel world that grinds you down and then criticizes you for being depressed and hopeless? Yeah? Yeah, your dad's really good at that. But seriously, it pisses me off when people use flu comparisons to dismiss COVID severity. Being compared to flu should scare you straight. Ah, I see. You're saying the flu is much more serious than most people give it credit for, and that it's actually a slap in the face to use the severity of the flu as a comparison to delegitimize the severity of COVID, because you're saying the flu is already severe enough. It sounds like he's saying, now my girls are heating up. Sure. Are you online? Oh, or are you saying let's play a game like Jigsaw? Did you become Joker-fied? Specchio, I have to know. Are you Joker-fied? Joker-fied. Also, I'm I'm contemplating ending stream and then jumping on Twitch and playing something else. So, if you want to play a game, we can play something that's not this if you want. I don't know, do you have Marvel Rivals installed? Do whatever, LMAO. That applies to a lot of things, I'm sure. But if that's the case, I probably will jump on Twitch and pull out. Maybe Marvel Rivals? Something multiplayer. I'll figure it out. Shit, we've only played it like twice ourselves. So, I mean, I don't expect to do well. funny you could just feed something proficiency chips as if you actually, played it enough for you to even, earn that. I am curious. We probably play Operatta the most. We're probably not even out of moderate. Oh no, we're in advanced. An advanced Operatta. Alright. Done here. See you on Twitch. I'm supposed to be on work standby technically, so I might have to leave. But it's been hours, so I don't know. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.